Welcome to this lesson, and in today's lesson we are going to be studying about the do-while loop. In the previous lesson we studied about the while loop and why it is necessary to avoid the occurrence of an infinite loop. Also for the do-while loop, and actually for all the loops, you have to avoid the occurrence of the infinite loop. So for the do-while loop, it's very similar to the while loop, hence even the naming. But the only difference is that the do-while loop runs at least once, even when some condition is false. So how do we do that? So we are still going to implement the same way. We have the in counter, but we are going to test that it has to run only once. So we start with the do. So it does a set of conditions while a particular expression is true. So do system.out.println iteration and of course you must remember to increment the counter to avoid the scenario for an infinite loop. So this is do as this set of conditions or this set of statements while a particular expression is true. So let's say counter is less than 10. So what happens here is that this set of conditions can be executed at least once. So it does this set of conditions while the counter is less than 10. So let's run the program and see what the output is. It will be almost similar to what we had in the while loop, but we are going to see what happens whenever the condition is false, because the do-while loop executes at least once. Even when the condition is false, it has to execute at least once. And why is that? That is because it first executes this set of statements before it actually evaluates the while condition. So, for instance, let's have a scenario where the counter, the while loop is always going to be false. So, for instance, 0, when we compare whether 0 is less than 10, of course it's less than 10, and therefore is going to repeat the set of statements. However, if we say something like while counter is greater than 10, so we are at 0, while at 0, is 0 greater than 10? No, so that condition is false. So therefore our loop will never ever run, and in the condition actually for the while loop, it is never going to execute any statements. However, for the do while loop, we expect it to run at least once. So let's test for that condition. For that occurrence, we expect it to run at least once. Very good. So it has printed out for us iteration 0, and that's because it has run at least once, even when the condition in the while statement is false. So the only difference between the do while loop and the while loop is that the do while loop executes at least once. So please take care of that. The other thing that you need to take care of is that you must always, this one I have to emphasize, you must always avoid the scenario for infinite loops for the reason that we gave in the previous lesson. So thank you very much. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.